Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on ChartTalk on the 3rd of June at 7:05 in the morning London time. The chart in front of us is July WTI. The highlights from yesterday's action are primarily the market is in an uptrend. That is obvious and no news to anyone. The uptrends absorb support, usually at the 5-day moving averages, and then continue to run higher after the week length's been shaken out. The action yesterday took the crudes up to their targets and beyond. It took the products above the key resistances, and the resistances were really strong between, for example, on RBOB at 108.85, a 50% correction point, and around 109.50, a 100-day moving average. These levels were taken out and green-lighted targets across the board higher last night. These targets are currently being hit on all contracts, and care is required because apart from anything else, not only is these target resistances very strong, but the 5-day gap is wide, like over $1.70 on WTI and $1.68 on Brent. It's equivalent of $2.20 on heat. $1.40 is normally putting it in the red zone, the danger zone. So we're a bit overextended. This is what happens in uptrends that break out, but expect attempts to narrow the 5-day gap at some point today. Those attempts will probably be absorbed at support. Now, July WTI. It hit its target yesterday at 36.25, and it now has a target to 37.82 area. Well, 37.64, this breakout point here, to 37.82. It's hitting that at the moment. A move and close over 37.82 would green light the next target to the correction point at 40.11. It also will have this contract eyeing up the gap at 41.88. There have been gaps left by the March price catastrophe, and these gaps are likely to start to be filled over the next week or so. So there's upside. As I say, 5-day gap too wide, so don't be surprised by the odd pullback once this target at 37.82 has been hit, and we're printing 10 cents above there at the moment. August Brent had a target yesterday to 38.85 area. It moved and closed over there, and it then acquired a target to 39.83 here, this correction point. And if we look at the first line continuation chart, the 100-day moving average at 40.14. We're printing 40.27. 100-day moving averages are strong. We may be above it, but keep an eye on it. But if we moved and closed over 40.14 today, we then acquire a target higher to 41.89 and beyond. And again, look at these. There's some resistances here that need to be safely negotiated. Here you've got 41.89. That would be the target on the move and close over 40.14. You've got a gap here, 45.98. These gaps always get closed. However, it's a matter of timing. But the market looks like it wants to head for them at the moment. But be careful at the 100-day moving average at 40.14. It's strong resistance. July heat broke above 107.12 yesterday and has green lighted a target higher to 112.52, the 2009 low. If it moves and closes over 112.52, it's looking at 115.35 as the next objective. RBOB broke its way higher above the key resistance, and it was strong resistance between around 109.50 and 108.85, and there's the correction point at 109.16. But if we look at the first line continuation, here's the 100-day at 109.08. It's above there, and it has a target higher to 113.23. But it will be eyeing up higher numbers, namely, most notably, the 100-day moving average at 117.50. So once it's got above 113.23, and we've made a high at 113.07, so you could argue that it's pretty much been hit. If we move and close later over 113.23, our target becomes that 100-day moving average here at 117.50. That is a very strong resistance. Again, the 5-day gap on that RBOB is too wide, so do not be surprised by dips back at some point today. Gas oil, the right-hand chart here, June gas oil closed over 307.50. It's got a target higher now to the continuation, the left-hand chart, 321.50. It's pretty much hit that. In fact, it has hit that. It's the high so far today. A move and close over 321.50 would have it eyeing up 336. The message is clear. We're in an uptrend, a strong uptrend. We broke out last night on products and we were already going higher on the crudes. There are targets higher that are being hit. Be very, very careful at these targets because the 5-day gap's too wide. The target resistances are strong. We could easily dip back and to try to narrow the 5-day gap at some point today, but the uptrend is relentless. The dip is likely to be absorbed at support, and we're likely to go higher if we move and close over these target zones. And I'll recap on WTI 37.82, Brent 40.14, Heat 112.52, RBOB 113.23, gas oil 321.50. Those are the targets and the danger zones. Moves and close over would be bullish. Now, or further bullish. If we look at some structure, deck red deck, WTI, it's broken above 223. Its target was 201 to 176. If it's over 201, the 100-day moving average, it's on its way to 176, where care is needed. Deck red deck, similar story, hitting its target to minus 306. It's had a high at 309. If it moves and closes over minus 306, it's got a target to 266. The deck red decks on TI and Brent, slightly subdued action, but in line with the flat price action. Now, if we look at the 60-minute chart on Brent, a bit of overcook here. The stochastic has just flipped negative on the 60-minute here. Don't be surprised if this occasions causes a bit of a 5-day gap narrowing exercise. And we look at RBOB, same sort of thing, although the stochastic is still positive here. It would not take much to knock this contract back from its target zones and to have a bit of a dip to try and narrow the 5-day gap. I'm not predicting a dump, far from it, but the market is vulnerable to a little bit of a correction back after it's hit its target zones, which it's done at the moment. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.